Hello, and welcome to the Smut Show,
a weekly podcast from your new internet book besties.
We discuss all things spicy books and mix in a little bit of motherhood, life, self-care, and everything in between.
So sit back,
grab a beverage,
and let's chat. Hello, and welcome to the Smut Show. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Neely, and we are here with Joss Richard. Joss is an instant international best-selling romance author and podcast host producer based in LA. Her debut novel, It's Different This Time, is out now. With over 12 plus years of experience, she has been formally recognized with a Daytime Emmy Award and has produced for on-air broadcast, digital, and social media at some of the most notable shows and networks: Hello Sunshine and Reese's Book Club, Walt Disney Company, Ellen DeGeneres Show, Netflix, Red Table Talk, Paramount, CBS, the Grammy Awards, the Critics' Choice Awards, the Academy Awards. Oh my God. Okay.
I know.
Rachel.
Okay. I'm going to keep going. It doesn't stop there. She has interviewed some of Hollywood's biggest A-list celebrities: Jennifer Aniston, Christopher Plummer, Sandra Bullock, and more. And she has worked on the social marketing strategy for several films and TV series, including The Morning Show, Daisy Jones and the Six, The Last Thing He Told Me, Tiny Beautiful Things, and more. She is originally from Toronto. She was. And currently resides in LA with her husband and rescue pitty Annie. Joss, thank you for being here.
My God, I have so many questions just based on your bio.
I'm so sorry that took so long.
This is going to, I can already tell you, as a self-proclaimed, I used to be really, really into like daytime talk TV. This is like in college, like many years ago, long before
like we all go through that phase. Yes.
Like I was really into Oprah in like Oprah's heyday. Like,
oh yeah.
Y'all.
Naturally.
Okay, so you know her favorite things list came out the other day. First of all, a company from my neighborhood was on her favorite things list. Really exciting.
How cool.
The mini Mahjong, like the mini Mahjong game for kids was on there.
Fun. I love that.
But we have it. It's really fun. And so when every time her favorite things list comes out, I just think about how much I missed the episode of Oprah where nobody had any idea they were in the audience for her favorite things.
Yes.
And the tears that would stream down my face like a lunatic. Like a straight. And then Andrew and I were super into Ellen's 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Like, guys, this time of year, I just really miss when as a society we used to just give people so much stuff.
Yeah, I know.
We don't give anyone anything ananymore.
No. We're like, sorry, you don't get free stuff. Also, petition to bring Oprah back. I know some people find her problematic, but I miss her so much.
No, I love Oprah.
I love Oprah.
Out of all the problematic television,
I find Ellen far more problematic. I would never want Ellen back on my TV. Sorry if you're listening, Ellen. Not a fan.
Sorry if you're listening. No, I remember watching Oprah. I feel like that was like something my mom and I did. Like I would come home from school and we would like watch Oprah as I'm like an elementary school student. Like,
but we all grew. I mean, like, because gosh, how long was Oprah on the air for? Like, I mean, it was my elementary school too. Like, I mean, I know I'm a minute older than you, but like,
I feel like she was on for like 20 years.
It was had to
have been. Yeah.
By the way, my husband just texted me from the other room. I thought you were saying you love okra. I was about to puke.
No, I do love some fried okra. I can't believe you don't like fried okra.
No, I like fried okra. He doesn't like okra.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Joss, welcome to the Smut Show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I love this.
I'm so excited. And I have to tell the Smut Show audience that when Joss came on the screen, I had just finished an outline for a different guest. And I was like, oh my God, I just like
we totally have messed up.
I was like, what did I just do wrong? And it took me like a full minute for my brain to like calm down and understand what was happening.
I got to meet Joss when she came to Dallas. When was that? Like
that was the beginning of October.
Okay, yeah, about a month ago
or something.
On tour for her book, and she's a delight of a human. And so I was so excited to have you.
You're
so
just
nice.
You're so cute. I think I said I just wanted to put you in my pocket.
I kind of love you know how everybody is like Sabrina Carpenter is
I was just about to say that. I was literally just about to talk about Sabrina Carpenter being a Polly Pocket.
Yeah.
Like I like that both of our minds went there.
Yeah.
I mean it as a compliment.
Thank
not
you.
in a creepy
One of
way.
so much. Yeah.
I sent, like, a couple months ago, I sent one of my friends the song Man-Child, like, when it first came out. And I was like, oh, she's
So
like, I
good.
just can't with Sabrina Carpenter. It's like watching a baby doll perform. And I was like,
You're like, that's
so
the wrong
small.
take.
But she also feels like she's 15.
She
she's
does.
not.
How old is
also,
she?
24, 25, somewhere around.
She's young, but
she
on looks a lot younger
Girl
too.
Meets World, I believe.
She sure was.
Yeah.
And I never watched that. I only know this because the clips from the show will randomly pop up. And every time I go, that looks a lot like Sabrina Carpenter. And then I have to remind myself, it is in fact Sabrina Carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
But man, what a story. Like, you go on Girl Meets World, but it's kind of like, was it someone else? Was it Demi Lovato or...
All of them, I feel like, started. Ariana Grande was also...
who's the cute one? Selena Gomez.
Oh, I was like that does not help me.
Wasn't she on like a Disney show too? Like, I feel like a lot of them.
Yeah.
So Taylor is like
I started watching that. Wizards of Waverly Place.
And I know Gracie Abrams gets lumped in that group a lot. Lest not forget, her father is J.J. Abrams, who invented...
Wait, what? I'm just finding this out right now.
Y'all don't know.
I am just finding this out too. I have no idea.
Is J.J. Abrams of Lost Felicity alias fame.
Okay, I'm a little bit okay with nepotism in this instance.
I will say I don't mind it because I didn't know it. I feel like if you don't, it's different when you don't know it and then you find it out and you're like, oh, okay. But yeah, I did not know that until a couple months ago when, like, I think it was like Jennifer Garner or somebody like or maybe it was Carrie Russell, like took their child to like a Gracie Abrams concert. It was like backstage with J.J. Abrams and they were talking about it. And I'm like, oh.
Wait.
And in my head, I forget that these shows like Felicity and Felicity came out 27 years ago. So like, yes, he could very well have a 24-year-old daughter. Like that makes sense. He's not 35 anymore.
When you were saying J.J. Abrams, the inventor of, I was ready for you to finish that sentence with the inventor. No, the inventor of the toaster strudel. I was like, is she about to tell us that he was the inventor of the toaster strudel? Because
I was going to say the inventor of the best TV shows, but
I was like, I was so ready for toaster strudel.
I don't want to insult Shonda Rhimes, so I decided not to say that because I saw something today, guys. This is going to be such a conversation. I can already tell. It was like a picture of the cast of Scandal, and it was like these people would have had everyone in the White House done 3 years ago. Like, just
I have not seen that show, so I know I cannot. I'm gonna nod and say yes, that's true. But
same.
First of all,
I'm aware of Scandal, but I have not watched it.
I know that it exists. Yeah.
Let me tell y'all why you need to watch Scandal.
Okay, I can't wait.
So, and Joss, I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume you probably think similarly to us, but
I know there's a ship that everyone loves.
I'm not even talking about that. But when the whole Charlie Kirk thing happened, there was quite literally an episode of Scandal where that whole thing more or less happened. And it turned out that it was the wife that set it up. And I was like, I'm not saying we saw this on Scandal.
Yeah.
But you can't tell me this is any different. And
wow. That's crazy.
I can't believe y'all missed all of it. It was like B613, which was like, first of all, go watch Scandal.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know any of this. I feel like
phenomenal. It's so good. I love Scandal so much. It definitely towards the end, you're kind of like with most shows, you're like, but the first
probably time
4 seasons are like very solid.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
if you're
should we roll
into
our 1s and 5s for the week?
Sure.
I would love to do that. Joss, do you want to start? We normally start, but I feel like I want to know. I want to know what your 1s and 5s for the week are.
I have not thought about this. I'm gonna have to.
I can start.
You go first.
Okay.
Let me, while it percolates.
You think about this for a second. Okay. So I think my 5-star, first of all, I love having my nails done. But I do not have the budget to get them done frequently. Because I'm not going to go and just get like, Neely goes and does like her gel
I went yesterday.
Color.
I get dip.
Beautiful.
Okay, dip color.
Thanks, guys.
And like has the 3 colors that she rotates
No,
through the year.
Have
you expanded?
I've been getting different colors every time I go. I let my nail girl pick them now, and I'm just like, surprise me. And this is what she picked this week.
Perfect.
I love
I have
that
no
so
idea
much
what
for
it's
you.
called, but last time I got one called black cherry chutney, and it was like almost looked black, but like in the right light, you could tell that it was like more of a red. This is
like that.
more of a wine color, but
okay. Well, I'm so proud
I've been
of
letting
you.
her pick.
Wow, I love that. Okay. So I would go and get like the tips, and then they charge you more for almond shape, which I think is dumb. And then I would get like nail art and like all the stuff.
No, that's I can't ever do that. I have to have a solid color.
So it was just very expensive, and a treat, but very expensive. So but I was always very like anti press-ons because they last for like 5 seconds. I never found anything that actually worked. I found some that worked.
Press-ons?
Okay, some press-ons.
Wait, I think I saw this in your Instagram story.
Yes. I got them on Amazon. It was literally just a desperate, we were taking family pictures on Saturday morning, and on Thursday I was like, I'm not going to have time to go get my nails done or to paint them myself or anything. So let me just try this. It was the one brand and I was some random brand. I don't even know what it is. I will try and find it and post it on my Instagram again. But it was the only one that was going to get here in a day. Like everything else was going to get here too late. And so I was like, I just need something that'll get here. I literally did them in the car as we were driving to family pictures.
It's and kind of type B energy I can't handle.
I was just like rolling with it. Okay. Everybody else's shit had been figured out. And so of course I was like, I gotta figure mine out now. But they've stayed on. They were great. My thumbnail came off. But then I just glued it back on, and I'm like, I don't know. It's been wonderful. It also came off because I was in like a very precarious position. Not that kind of precarious. That sounded really weird, but now it's going to take too long to explain. But yes, that's my 5-star moment is my nails, my press-ons.
I love that.
Thank you. And my 1-star moment is I came down, I think I told both of you this, I came down with the most random of stomach bugs
and the day before I had told Rachel, I was like, I don't feel good. I think I have a stomach bug.
It was
by the way, weird. Rachel and I have not we were not together.
We were not in yes. Completely it was weird. The day before you had texted that, and then the next night, I think it was that night, I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, this is not going to be good. And sure enough, I literally could not get out of bed for the next 24 hours. And it was horrible. I did not like it. I don't like being sick. And nobody likes being sick.
Sorry.
I was like,
we had to cancel a pod recording.
We had to cancel a recording. I was like, I felt bad. And then Brian was gone. He's in the field a couple days a week. And so he was gone, and he came home that night, and I literally like hadn't fed myself all day because I was just like laying in bed being dead to the world. And he came home, and I just started crying, and I was like, I just want some broth. Like, will you just make me some chicken broth?
Some broth.
And he was like, you are very pitiful. Go back to bed. So that's my. Are you
feeling better now?
I'm feeling, it was so weird. I think by, so that was all day Thursday, like Wednesday night into Thursday, all day Thursday, I was down for the count. And then by Friday morning, I was fine. It was very bizarre, but I felt like that, I hate losing a day too. Like I had like stuff that we obviously had a recording that day. Like I just had stuff that I had planned that I was going to do. And then I feel like you miss one day, and I don't like that my life is scheduled like this. So maybe it's the universe telling me to reevaluate that. But I felt like it was just, okay, now I'm going to be catching up. I missed one day, and now I'm going to be catching up for the next 2 weeks. And I hate that feeling.
Yeah. It throws everything off.
Yeah, it does. I don't like it. So anyway, those are my 1s and 5s. Joss, have you thought about yours?
Okay, I have thought.
Okay, great.
My 5 is that I recently discovered Dancing with the Stars. I was always aware of Dancing with the Stars. I knew what it was.
I can understand.
I knew it was there.
I knew it was there. But
well, sure.
I don't know. I fell in deep. It started because Dylan Efron caught my attention. I was like, oh,
listen,
naturally.
Naturally.
You're in a safe space for this.
Yes. Yeah.
Totally. So I'm like, Dylan Efron caught my attention. Then I was like, wait, 21-year-old Robert Irwin? He's if we're
I
aware,
could literally, y'all, I could be his mother. Okay,
and doesn't that kill you? Like he's
yes, it actually hurts myself that I could have a 21-year-old child. That's harmful
but just
to my
the fact, like he does not present as 21 at all.
No, his body does not present as 21.
I know.
I'm attracted to a 21-year-old.
I know.
I don't know. So
yeah.
that, and now I'm really into. There's a pro dancer. His name is Val Chirkovsky.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay. We're all in.
Is
the
he Whitney's partner?
No, he's Alex Earl's partner.
Yes.
Okay, I will say, can't stand Alex Earl. She's a phenomenal dancer. Can't actually stand her as like a human.
I didn't know.
I know nothing about her as a human, but
super upset. She's an influencer.
Okay.
But I am a Whitney Levitt apologist. I love Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
That's a hot take.
And I hated her on her. I'm telling you, watch Dancing with the Stars, and you will be like, my whole mind has changed about her. And now watching her on TikTok, I think she got a bad edit. I'm like now convinced that like she is somebody that's like, maybe she's like very blunt and outspoken, but I truly think she got a bad edit. And like, listen, maybe her husband was on Grindr at one point and that is their business, but they seem very happy in whatever way that's working.
Whatever situation is happening.
Everybody just needs to like, we're just going to let them be.
Okay.
Let them be. Right. I will battle for her.
Okay. So are you keeping up with the season? Like, are you
I
watching?
I don't watch the actual show because there's too much filler, but I watch all the dances online the next day. Like I can't sit, like, here's my issue with stuff like a lot of these shows is I just want to see the hype, like the dances and the performances. I don't need to see like a 20-minute intro as to why you chose this. Like, just show me your dance. That's all I want. I just want to see your dance. For. Exactly. And so I'm like, I am keeping up with it in the sense that I watch myself like a 15 to 20 minute version of Dancing with the Stars.
There you go.
The next day. Yeah. Because I can't commit that kind of time to that show. I also really feel like they're bringing Tom Bergeron back, which I read the other day. Thank God. Because
for forever? For full time?
I think
just says he's coming back
as a guest judge.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just want him back on my TV.
Yeah.
I don't like Carrie Ann also. I think she's like a weirdly harsh person for no reason. And she didn't used to be that way. So I've never consistently watched the show. Like it's not one where like every season, but there was a year James Vanderbeek was on and I was like, until he got booted off, I watched it. And then there was a year this is so random, but Wanye from Boys to Men was on and he was so good. Go back and watch his dances. Y'all will be like, I get it.
That's so random.
But I feel like anytime I get really excited about someone, they get voted off. Like it's like never at the beginning. It's like, towards the end.
I saw Joss's thread the other day that was it Robert that you were like, it was like, you can't submit any more votes. You've done all your votes.
Yeah. I've been voting. I've been splitting my votes between Robert and Alex. I just want to see them in the final. Like, I don't care who wins.
She's a wonderful dancer.
She's incredible.
Yeah,
she's incredible.
Whitney is too, though. Like Whitney, I'm like, girl has had 3 kids.
My toxic trait is thinking that I could win Dancing with the Stars.
Oh same.
That's never. My toxic trait is thinking I could win Amazing Race, and then while Andrew and I were in Europe, looking at him and going, I could never survive Amazing Race. I would be crying 15 minutes into it. I would be unwell. We started watching a season of it last night, and I was like, see, I enjoy watching this happen. This, like, it would actually kill me.
Yeah.
So,
Joss, what's been your favorite dance so far?
I loved Val and Alex's Paso Doble last week. So good to Living on a Prayer. And then I also love Robert and Whitney's. I don't know. They did like a TikTok night. It's the one where he ripped his shirt off.
Oh yeah,
which is
when
all of us were like,
was it Elaine who did Defying Gravity?
Defying Gravity, yeah, incredible.
Okay,
that
so I need to go.
cry.
I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole after this and
go watch. If you watch
like,
nothing else,
bits and
watch the
pieces.
Wicked night.
Yeah,
or the Disney night. The Disney night's always so good.
Also, my hot take for Dancing with the Stars is I think Andy is so cute, but let's be serious now. It's time for him to go. This is not funny anymore.
I will say now you get to the point where it's like he will probably be the next person to go because like you're in with just like the talent at this point.
Yeah.
Like I mean, the final four really need to be Robert, Dylan, Alex, and Whitney. Like,
yes,
those need to be the final four people.
Yeah.
And I think the only way that doesn't happen, and I'm like, why does Andy have this big of a fan base? Explain.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, he's so cute, and we love that. But like, it is perplexing.
Do you know who I really want to see on Dancing with the Stars? Who I think would be so fun to watch is Gordon Ramsay. That's like my.
He would never.
He would never. But
maybe
like
his daughter would. But
like, it is literally
I just was trying to picture it.
It's and like my dream Dancing with the Stars guest. It's like, do y'all ever watch Traitors?
No. But Dylan Efron's on Traitors, right?
Yes, that's where he was like discovered.
He was, but listen, he was discovered because he's Zac Efron's brother,
right?
But the point is like after Traitors is the reason that he got on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah,
it's these people.
I love Zac Efron so much.
Oh, I mean, same. Like,
I love him
who
so
doesn't?
Much. He has aged with us. He was my high school crush. Now he's my.
I think he's correcting himself. There was a phase. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Joshua Jackson is has aged with me. Like Joshua Jackson was like my middle high school crush, and he's been he's consistently just been my celebrity crush since. Yeah.
I feel like everybody has that they like had somebody from young and then they followed them. But anyway, okay, so that's your 5-star. What's your 1-star?
Okay, my 1-star. I'm currently going through it, and we're all aware of like. Not to go here, but like the government shutdown and how it's affecting.
Oh, no, we can always talk about the government.
Yeah.
This is a safe space for that.
Yeah.
But it's, just like in the middle of like being on book tour, like the tail end of it and just the flights and all of that, I have been struggling this week with deciding whether or not to go across the country for an event, which is also tied into, it's my husband's hometown, so we're seeing his family. My family's going to be there. It's just like a whole thing. But I get so anxious when I fly on a regular day. So we have just been back and forth with, do we go? Do we not go? Also, our dog, we pay for the sitter, and it's just, if we're delayed, that's like an extra 2 nights, which I don't know. I'm a dog mom. I don't have human children, but it actually kills me when I have to leave my dog anywhere and knowing that she's somewhere for an extra 2 days. I know that shouldn't be a factor, but it is. And I just feel like it's been a really stressful week. So we have to make a decision this afternoon what to do, but I'm like currently going through that. And I just feel like I'm not the only person going through it. I know it's very stressful for everyone, but it's been a rough week when it comes to travel.
Well, I was gonna say I was supposed to do a book event tonight, and it got canceled because the author is Canadian, and because of all the government shutdown stuff, like didn't want to travel to the US, and she canceled her whole US.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, like, I feel like the travel stuff is crazy, especially with people who have like, not that it's travel heavy all the time, but like it's been travel heavy for you recently. And so it's like, do I go and get on a plane that could potentially be like I'm sitting up? That's the worst, is like sitting on the tarmac for God knows how long, and then just I don't know, it's just crazy.
And it's like, if I could just avoid that, why wouldn't I? I don't know. That's just like, it's like nobody wants to go through that, but then also it's like it's literally up in the air, pun intended. Yeah. But it's just like it could be fine, and it also I could be stuck there for hours upon hours, so you just never know. So so stressful. And my heart is with everyone that is currently stranded, or the airline workers that aren't getting paid all those things.
Yes, it's crazy. Crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Neely, what about you? 1s and 5s?
My 5-star is a candle.
Okay. Is it
Did
your
you make it?
normal Christmas candle that you get, or is
No.
it? Okay.
So my best friend was telling me both her and I are obsessed with the Fraser fir smell, like just in general, like we love it. And she was like, "Oh, hey, like I got this candle at Costco, like this huge. First of all, it does not look like a Costco candle.
I love that.
She's like, I got this huge candle at Costco. It smells like Fraser fir. I was like, oh, like will you get me one next time you go? Because we don't have Costco membership. We do Sam's. And so she got me one, and I have been burning it every single day. I am obsessed with it to the point where I made Andrew like order me one. I was like, you got to make it happen. Because I needed more of it, and because I burn it every day. And Liam last night was like, do you love the candle more than you love the fireplace? And I was like, I might. Because we had them both going. But it's making me, it's like this weird like night ritual that I've started that like once the kids are like settled down for the night, I'm like gonna light my candle and like relax. But it smells so delightful. And then I also ordered Fraser fir room spray. So it's like this Times spray. You can get it on like Amazon. DM me if you want a link. But it's Fraser fir room spray, and it's also been delightful because I've just been like popping in everyone's room every day, like boop 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 boop. Yeah. But I mean, like the other actual life 5-star is Charlotte's birthday party is this weekend.
Yeah,
so
that was a life 5-star. Candles are important.
Candles are important. She's turning 6 in 12 days. And so we're having her birthday party this weekend at our house, which we never do. We never have their birthday parties at the house. Wow. It's just little girls. We're having a lady come, and they're doing charm necklaces.
Cute.
So they get to pick out charms and make charm necklaces. And then I think the weather's going to be nice. I'm just going to like throw them in the backyard.
Yeah.
Be like,
that's so nice.
Go out there. And that's the activity. But I'm excited for that. And then also excited for it to be over because I feel like it's always just like kid birthday
Charlotte
parties.
And I forget how close Charlotte and I's birthdays are. She's not November, is she? She's
November 23rd. Yeah.
23rd. Okay. Why did I think there was a December? You don't have a December birthday. Okay.
Liam's February.
She's right after me. But she's not a Scorpio. I'm so sad for her.
She's a Sagittarius. Yeah. And she's every ounce of Sagittarius.
Right.
And then, so my 1-star is like, I don't actually think I can talk about that online. I might. Anyway. Okay. It's
not your Christmas, what are they called? Gummy clusters? Nerds gummy clusters?
No. But those are kind of a 1-star. So a little boy in Charlotte's class told another little boy he was going to bring something to school and something him. And that has made me very sad the last couple of days. So, and it's been like a whole thing.
Wait,
living in America.
Playing Mad Libs here, and I have no idea what this.
Bring a pointer to school and
that's what I was thinking.
Point it at him.
That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
Mind you, these children are
playing Mad Libs here.
Yeah, I was like, oh my
god. These children
are
in kindergarten. This is a kindergarten class.
Yeah. Fun.
How did you know? Or it did happen, or he was going to bring it?
Oh, if it happened, she would no longer be at school. I would have started homeschooling. You'd know. I would, trust me. Everything about my life would be different right now because I would never let my kids go to school again. But and I'm not even somebody who's pro homeschool. But I'm actually very anti homeschool.
I'm actually like, please go to school. Yeah.
Nature. But no, he said it. And like things have happened. But I found out because the parent of the little boy it was said to like informed the parents in the class that it happened. And then a bunch of us had meetings yesterday with the principal. Like we had a meeting with the principal. Other families had meetings with the principal. Concerns were said.
Yeah.
And I feel like 70% better after the meeting. But like, I don't know. And like a big thing is people are like, well, like kids, you're little. And I'm like, I don't know. There was another state recently where a kid brought a gun to school and shot a teacher. So
and she just settled for
$10 million.
I was like, a lot of money. Yeah.
Yes. She no longer needs to be a teacher.
No.
Nor do I think she should have to. But
no.
Yeah. So like that's just like been a bit of a downer.
Yeah. And just weighs heavily on you.
Weighs heavily. So yeah. That's my one.
So sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm just very glad nothing happened.
Yeah.
To anybody. And that everybody is safe. That's all that matters.
For sure.
We can talk about happier things now.
Okay, well,
Like
let's talk
books.
about, we can do a recent read, listen, or watch. And I have to think about what mine is. Okay, okay. You
I
go.
can
Do you
say
have
mine.
one?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
I started rereading that book I was telling you about, The Certainty of Chance, the holiday book.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just as delightful as I remember it being.
Yeah.
I'm only about a third of the way through, but I'm in my holiday reading era.
Yes.
So
I just picked up a holiday novella, and now I'm not going to remember the title of it. I'll look and let you guys know. But I haven't started it yet, so I can't use that. I think I'm not really reading much right now. My watching, this is not a fun watch, but I love I'm a very strange person in this way that I love only happy things, except I enjoy watching Dateline as background noise specifically.
Oh.
And so I don't know why I am the way that I am. I feel like there's something about Dateline where I'm like, well, that never happened to me. Like, and it's not scary.
I'm opposite. I'm over here like, that would happen to me.
Yeah. Same.
I'm like, it's not, I was going to say it's not scary. That's not true. Like, obviously is, but it's not like jump scary. Like, I'm not worried that I'm going to, like something's going to like frighten me, like a horror movie or something like that. And so I don't know why I like that. And I like listening to like cult podcasts or like, so I'm watching Dateline, and then I'm listening to a podcast called The Cult Next Door, which is about like cults it's specifically the first several episodes are about these two siblings that have gotten out of their religious cult and are kind of talking about their experience with it. And then I think later on, it kind of will transition into like having guests on the podcast to talk about but it's talking about like how you've got these people that are just walking around you in normal everyday life that are a part of a cult that you wouldn't necessarily know. Like you might be like, that's kind of, they're kind of odd, or, they've got some interesting family dynamics or whatever it is, but it's very informative. So that's what I'm listening to.
Oh my God.
Really uplifting around here.
Speaking of cults, I saw that, I don't know if we watched Smallville back in the day, but Allison Mack, she's an actress on Smallville who was in a cult.
Yes.
And is now out and has a podcast talking about her experience in the cult. I don't know.
Oh,
so
she has so I watched that's the Nexium cult.
Yes.
I watched that. I like heavily talked about that on this podcast one episode after I watched it because I was horrified.
Yeah.
But my husband and I watched a whole documentary or maybe two about it. And
I just listened to American Criminal. Is that the name of it? There's like a podcast called American Criminal that had a couple episodes on the Nexium cult, and I listened to that. It was so interesting, but I didn't know she had a podcast. I think
she was just released from jail.
I found it.
And now
it's called Allison After Nexium. Yeah, I found the podcast.
Wow. Great for the SEO search, yeah.
Yeah. Truly just named it exactly
Very
what
literal.
Everybody's going to be typing in. Yeah.
Found it.
Okay.
Oh
okay. Now I'm going to have to listen to that. We also
don't want to give her the listens, but I want to listen,
I know.
If you want to, like, I will say, first of all, there's probably a Reddit page where somebody's like verbatim giving you information about it.
True.
And I totally understand not wanting to give her the listen. There's really good documentaries out there about it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I will watch the documentary.
I have a hard time wanting to listen to her only because after seeing what she did to other people. And it's like, I don't know. I don't really have a lot of empathy for people that get into cults because I'm like, you made the choice. Like nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody,
I don't know.
I just.
It's so interesting. It's like the psychology behind it is fascinating to me.
Just like I never look at the girl from One Tree Hill the same. That was in the cult.
Bethany Joy Lenz. Yes, that was the other one. And I read her
I did
Dinner
too.
for
Vampires.
Yeah. Memoir, and it was actually listened to it, and she narrates it. It was fascinating. So yeah, I think cults are so fascinating. So fascinating.
So fascinating.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm listening to. What about you, Joss? Reading,
So-
watching, listening?
Reading is hard for me because I just finished my deadline and I can't read while I'm writing.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to start reading all the holiday romances. But what I did just recently watch, aside from Dancing with the Stars, is have we seen the movie The Crush with Alicia Silverstone?
Oh, yeah.
And
From the
Carrie
90s?
from the 90s.
Mhm.
Okay, Rachel has not.
No.
I watched this for the first time the other night.
It is unhinged.
Wild, but I also loved it. And is that weird
It
to say
is
that I
so
loved
unhinged.
it?
So she's like 13 or 14. He comes
Yeah.
to rent her parents. I haven't watched this movie
He's a
in 20
grown-ass
years.
man.
He's like
Oh,
a 33-year-old man.
It's Carrie Elwes. How do you say his
He's
Princess
from
Bride.
Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very handsome.
The blonde
Anyway,
one in Princess Bride?
Yes.
Okay.
So he rents her parents' like guest house. He's like a writer. She becomes infatuated and obsessed with him, like stalks him, like pretends at one point, I think that he does kiss her. Pretends at one point, I think.
Kiss.
Doesn't it end?
Not just a peck.
Because Rachel's probably never going to watch this, and this is not a spoiler. This movie's been out for 100 years. But doesn't it end with her like in an institution, like kind of starting the same pattern over again with like her psychologist?
Her psychologist. Yeah.
All right.
But it gets like, it's very much like Lolita. I guess it's like at the time, like a
and
take
it's like
on
a
Lolita.
thriller. I mean, it's like
okay.
a thriller.
Okay.
I would not rewatch. I don't think I could handle watching it. Like,
oh my God. Well, I watched it for the first time in 2025 and I loved it. And I don't know what that says about me because this movie
I was
never
like
get
10
made
when
today.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it when it came out and I was too young. I should not have been watching that. Like,
it's crazy. Also because I Googled it and she actually was 14 when they filmed it. Which is
just like, did y'all know that, you know how in Clueless when she's giving the speech and she says Haitians instead of Haitians? That wasn't that's how she said it. That's what she thought it said and they kept it in.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Just like the Haitians came to America.
Yeah, that's how that's what she thought that it was called.
I love that for her.
That's funny.
To be fair, that's what it looks like.
I was like, I feel like that. I saw something the other day that was like mispronouncing words is a sign that you are reading, first of all, and like, but necessarily didn't necessarily have somebody to read it out loud to you, or like didn't have access to the audio or whatever. But it's like you saw the word and you were exposed to the word, and so, yay for that.
Yeah.
That's like me all the time. Yeah.
She read the script.
Yeah, it was there. She was like, I know that's a word. That's a word that I know. Oh, man. Okay. That was a great a deep dive into all of the things. I was going to say all of the things that we're reading and watching, but really just all of the things, period. So we're going to
covered a lot.
We're going to dive into our interview with Joss. And this is going to be hard because you have lived a life and I love that so much. Y'all heard about it in the introduction that we did. But you've done some amazing things. So we'll talk a little bit about those things and then we'll talk about your book and talk about kind of your transition into writing romance and what that's been like. So first we start off with your villain origin story, and that is just how you got to where you are today. You can start wherever you want.
It's so funny because I actually forgot what we were doing. Like I was just like, oh yeah, let's talk more about.
You're like, I forgot this is an interview.
No, I actually did. I was like, oh wait, do we have to talk about me? I'm like so invested in this conversation.
Yeah.
No, we can obviously.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, we will. We'll talk about you, and we'll keep talking about all of the things that I'm sure that get brought up while we're talking about you.
Great. Born and raised in Toronto, Canadian. I went to school for journalism because I wanted to work in entertainment news, which is what I ended up doing and which is why I moved to Los Angeles. And then being in Los Angeles, I was very fortunate to work for a lot of well-known companies, media companies, TV shows. I think the longest job that I've had is being a producer at the Ellen Show. I would say that one is probably the longest for my time in LA. And I worked there for about 4 years, and then I moved on to Red Table Talk, Netflix, Disney, all of the things that you said earlier. And then in 2023, I decided to start writing. And I came from fan fiction when I was younger. I wrote fan fiction as a child.
Yes, everybody does.
As everybody does. And It's Different This Time was the first thing that I decided to write as an original piece of fiction. And now here we are.
What fan fiction were you writing?
The Sound of Music.
Oh my god!
That is
I totally
one we
forgot.
have not heard before. I
totally
we've heard
forgot
a lot
that.
of Twilight and Harry Potter, but we have not heard Sound of Music.
Yeah.
And now I need to know more. Can you tell us and the listeners specifically the fan fiction for Sound of Music, or like one at least?
Totally. It's actually so funny. Speaking of Twilight, I didn't watch Twilight for the first time until a few months ago.
Wow.
I know. That is the reaction that I have gotten. I actively stayed away from it because
I am very Twilight neutral as a person. I
just
wholeheartedly
feel like
hate it, but I don't love it.
I feel like everybody, not everybody, but I feel like so many people that we talk to, they're like, I got my start in romance reading Twilight.
Yeah, I think I actively did not want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get it. Okay, I get it now, but I was like, vampires and werewolves, like what? That wasn't my thing. And I felt like the fandom was so loud, and there were people in my school that were so annoying about it that I was like, I don't want to. I didn't watch Hunger Games either. I know, but now I have watched it in the last few months, and I get it. I do get it.
Yeah.
So. But Sound of Music, it was the honeymoon because I wanted to know what happened after they got married, because we didn't see they got married, and then it just skips to a month later. And then
one of my friends yesterday, her daughter was home from school sick, and she's like, "Oh, she's watching The Sound of Music." I'm like, Nazis. I'm like, every time I think about that movie, I'm like, I remember it was a 2 VHS situation.
Yes.
Oh, was it?
Much like Titanic. It was a 2
I knew
VHS.
Titanic was. Yeah, I remember Titanic being a 2 VHS.
Then you get to that point in Titanic and you're like, hold on, I need to switch out the VHS.
Yeah.
Can you, I don't even know how I would go about explaining that to my children.
No.
Once upon a time, to watch movies, you had to, Liam would look at me. He didn't even believe me that you used to get Netflix in the mail.
Yeah.
One disc at a time.
God,
wow, what a hard thing to explain.
I was like, Netflix used to be this thing where because the first thing I ever watched on Netflix was when I wanted to try to watch The Big Bang Theory. And so I remember I got the thing where you could have 2 discs at a time. So I got 2 discs of The Big Bang Theory, watched it, mailed it back, then had to wait for the other 2 discs. And I'm like, there's got to be a better way.
There should be a better way.
And I'm like, because our kids, it's they don't have to wait for shit. Okay.
No.
There's no waiting. They want something. It's here the next day. They want to watch something. It's on one of the 37 streaming services we have. I'm like, in my day, we had to wait. Actually, in my day, you had to wait till it came out on Blockbuster a year later and then hope that you got there in time to rent it before someone else did.
I know. My kids are really struggling with waiting for Wicked, the movie, to go see it.
Aren't we all, though?
I know. But they're like, why can't we just watch it? We did. So we are surprising the girls. We're taking them out of school early next Friday, and we're going to take them to the movie theater to go see it.
I probably won't see it for a couple weeks. I can't handle
the crowd
stuff right
currently. We are, because we're going at such a random time. Currently, we are the only people in the theater. So
what? I'm shocked.
Oh wait, what theater? You'll have to tell me offline what theater, and
I'll tell you.
I'll just go by myself.
Yeah. I know, because we're going at 1 p.m. on Friday. I mean, everybody's going to be still in school or at work. And so
many people travel because our kids get out of school that Friday and then they're off for 11 days.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So yes, I'm very excited. And anyway, okay. So you were doing fanfic, and then you were like, did you do fanfic when you were younger? Did you continue writing fanfic into your working years, or no?
No, I did it elementary school into maybe early I know, I was like 12 years old writing this. I remember my first smut scene I wrote that she like took off her dress and revealed her milky white breasts. That was
Stop.
I was like, I don't even know where does milky white breast come from as a 12-year-old. But
I love that so much.
Yeah, so it was that, and then when I got into high school, that's when I discovered that I really wanted to work in television, so I didn't write.
Yeah.
And then I didn't discover writing again or my love for writing until the pandemic. And then I sort of dabbled in fan fiction again. And then a few fan fictions in, I felt like I wanted to write something with original characters.
Yeah. Still Sound of Music fanfic when you were...
So it was Sound of Music, and then also, again, super, super niche, but I love the 70s sitcom Three's Company. So it was Three's Company. It's like, I get, like 4 people read these fan fictions in total, but it's fine.
It so much. Okay, well, so that's a great segue because you have a Three's Company podcast. Yes, so tell us about that.
It's called Three's Company 2, a rewatch podcast where I force people to talk about Three's Company. I mean, that's really just a selfish thing on my part. I just love the show so much. So, and the good thing about a sitcom, at least Three's Company, is that it really is like situational comedy. So you don't have to know anything about the show other than, hey, these are three roommates that live together. And then anyone can watch an episode and we can talk about it.
Oh, can I come on your Three's Company podcast?
Please.
I would love to, as somebody who has watched every episode of Three's Company.
Have you really?
Oh my God.
I used to be really, really into Nick at Night. Like, really into Nick at Night. So I have seen most episodes of, like, pretty much any TV show that was, like, 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
Like, my favorite really old ones, this is so fucking random, and I guarantee you nobody's heard of the show. It's from the 50s. It was called Dopey Gillis. Super random, but it was like a teen show.
Yeah.
And then I really liked I Love Lucy. I loved Green Acres for the longest time. Big Green Acres girly. But then like you go into like the later shows, and I really loved Mickey and Mork with Robin Williams.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I am so surprised that I did not know this about you.
It's like a very random fact about me. Is that, like, I really like, but it's the same with movies. Like, a lot of my favorite movies are from, like, 40 plus years ago. But yeah, so when Three's Company came on Nick at Night, I can vividly remember, like, watching it like I did those other shows.
Yeah.
I remember when Friends started on Nick at Night, and I was like, that's hard for me. Yeah, like, every day after school, I used to watch The Brady Bunch. Every day after school. Every single day.
I was a big
I Dream of
movie
Jeannie
fan. Yeah, I loved I Dream of Jeannie.
Bewitched.
I would go get Bewitched. I would go check out DVDs from the library of like old Audrey Hepburn movies or like Gene Kelly, like anything. I loved White Christmas. I'm gonna have to watch that. I need to watch that. Like do annual or Singing in the Rain, like all of those. I'm like, I would like.
They just
give it all to me.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know, because I can remember my dad saying stuff like this when I don't know, when I was probably like in my teens and 20s, being like, they just don't make good movies anymore. But I find myself frequently saying to Andrew, like, I don't feel like they make good movies anymore. Like, I don't, I think old. Even like 15 years ago, I used to see every movie nominated for an Oscar. And it was like my thing. And it was like a very, like, I would go to like the Angelica, which is like our kind of artier theater, and see like all of them. And one, I mean, it's also like dumb expensive to go to movies now. So I just like don't go. And so many of them are on streaming. Yeah. But I don't think the quality of movies and really a lot of TV on like broadcast channels are what they used to be. I do think the quality of TV on things like Apple TV, Hulu, and Netflix is really good because like obviously you can get away with a lot more. Yeah. And I mean, it's why probably Grey's Anatomy has been able to stay on the air for so long, because there's just not much competition for it on broadcast. Because like I couldn't name 5 shows currently on broadcast TV that aren't reality shows. Like I just couldn't do it. Grey's Anatomy might be the only. I'm sure there's some NCIS and SVU type stuff still on there, but like I just don't like thinking about a show like Three's Company or Friends. I'm like, they don't make shows like that. That is, I mean, to be fair, none of those jokes could be on TV now.
Yeah.
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 Like, anytime I watch Friends, I'm like, this episode wouldn't get made. Like, the storyline wouldn't happen.
Or I feel like anytime a good show comes along, it doesn't get picked up and like stay.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a great aside thank you for telling us about Three's Company. All right. So, was it always going to be romance? Like, were you like, okay, if I am ever to write something, it's going to be romance, or was there a possibility of you writing outside the genre?
No, I don't think I would know how to write anything that isn't romance. I think maybe in a few years from now, I could possibly explore another genre, but I just love stories, and I love relationships, and I don't have an interest in writing about anything else.
Yeah. For everybody listening, will you give us a little like your elevator pitch or synopsis of It's Different This Time, and then tell us about why this story was important for you to tell.
So It's Different This Time is a second chance romance that takes place in New York in the fall. So very much Nora Ephron vibes. And it is about two former estranged roommates that are left the brownstone that they used to live in. And in order to inherit it, they have to live together for 30 days. And it's told in a dual timeline, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's told in a dual timeline so you understand why they're estranged and what brings them to where they are now. And it's important to me because I wrote this book I feel like a lot of people say this, but I genuinely wrote this book for me. I didn't expect it to be published. I didn't know anything about publishing. So what I thought is I wrote this book because I wanted to.
Yeah.
And it came out of me. And then when I decided, hey, this is maybe good enough to try to find an agent, I thought you find an agent and then the agent's like, great, you're my client. Now write a story that we can. So I didn't know that we would go out with the book that I was querying. So I actually genuinely had no idea anyone would read It's Different This Time. And I didn't write it. I just wrote it.
Like, this is just for me. Like, my sample,
I was like, no,
sample of a book.
Like, I totally thought it was a sample. I was like, this is possibly good enough that maybe an agent could see what I'm capable of. And then, she was like, no, this is the book that we're going out with. And I was like, oh shit. Okay. Well, amazing. But I think that's why it's so important to me, because there were no expectations. This is genuinely a story that I wanted to tell. So different. I mean, I'm sure you know, like when you write like a second book or a third book, it's like then you have expectations. But this first one was completely just out of pure joy and love for the story.
Yeah. No, I always tell people, I'm like, enjoy your debut time. Because not that it's like it's all downhill from there. Like, no, it's not. Like, not like that.
Maybe.
But like, I mean, it could be. Time will tell. But I think it's there's something so pure about that time when you have no expectations on you, and you really are just writing something that you want to tell, and you're making it like your best version of, because you don't have anybody that's like, oh, do this, or oh, I can't wait for this, or whatever it is. And so you're just like, okay, here's the thing that I wanted to tell you about. And I got to take my time doing it, and I got to do it the way that I wanted to do it, whatever that looks like. And I do think there's something really special about that.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know if it goes for all debut authors, because I do know there are authors who write something as their debut with the intention of it being published. So I'm sure that there's also pressure there. But I think there was truly like a blissful ignorance when I wrote It's Different This Time. Yeah.
And it's always kind of like, how do you recapture that?
Oh, that's oh my God, that's like the scariest thing.
Now you're scaring her.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No, I don't think there's a good answer to that. I think you have the second, my second full length novel. I was like, okay, I can't do another full length right after I published my first. And so I did a novella. And that helped me kind of like, okay, this wasn't a fluke. Like, I can still write things. So that's good. But I think the second full length was terrifying and so hard, and pushed pushed me a lot as a writer, but then also like time-wise, I kept pushing it off. I kept being like, oh, I'm going to find something else to do instead of this. And I feel like now that was out, that one's out, and I can kind of again show myself like, okay, look, you did it, and nobody died, and it was great. And you survived. I feel like now writing the third one, I feel so much more freedom to just kind of be like, okay, I'm kind of getting back to this is what I want to write, and this is how I want to write it. And I don't know. I feel like that's probably different for everybody, but that's how it's been.
I think that makes sense. I feel like it makes sense universally for the second book to have the most pressure on you.
Because I don't know if it's because people, I feel like you hear a lot of chatter about like your sophomore novel, and I feel like it almost is worse if people are receptive to your first book, because then you're like, okay, well, hope you like this next one. Like, so I think it's, I don't know. But then once you get over that second book hump, then the world is your oyster.
Then we'll see what happens. But
yeah, there you go. I love it. Okay, talk to us about the main characters in It's Different This Time. Which one of them do you feel like you most identify with, or are there pieces of each one that you are kind of like, oh, this, really came from me, but then so did this?
I would say June for sure, who is the female main character. A lot of people do think this is also something interesting about being a person of color, because I feel like if your character is a person of color, people just automatically assume like, oh, is this like you? Like, is this, oh, like she also has like curly hair and she's Asian, like this is you. And it's like, no, like no, not necessarily true, but I feel like I'm getting a lot of that. I would say June because she also has a love for theater. She's a Broadway actress. I love theater. I was never on Broadway. And again, if someone asked me to sign their book, they're like, oh, what advice would you have for someone trying to make it on Broadway? And I was like, you understand I wasn't on Broadway, right?
You're like,
I'm not June, right?
Yeah, I honestly cannot help you with that. But
I'm like, I don't know, just like go like chase your dreams. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes. Take singing classes. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I would say June because there are elements of found family. Not that I don't have a good relationship with my family, but found family and theater and her ethnicity. So I would say that June probably.
Yeah. Let's talk theater, because it's one of my favorite topics of conversation. And this is how we connected. I feel like somebody read It's Different This Time. I want to say it was Kelsey, my friend Kelsey that Joss met. And was like, this has a lot of like similar things to my first book, Yours Unexpectedly, which has theater in it. Theater is like a big role in the book. And I love the world of theater. So why did you want to include that in It's Different This Time? Why was that important for you to have as June's career? And what, like, tell us what theater, I'm assuming theater has meant something to you as well. Not that you're June.
Yeah, exactly. I used to do theater when I was younger in high school. Did a lot of community theater. So I weirdly thought I was going to get into Juilliard. Like I actually was like that delusional that I really did think I was 100%. Maybe everyone thought that.
I feel like everybody has those like, I feel like if you have to have a certain level of self-confidence to perform. And so I feel like anybody who is a performer is slightly delusional. And so, you're like, oh, I'm going to do that. I was like, I'm going to dance on Broadway, again, just like I still think I could win Dancing with the Stars. I was like,
and I still think I could go on The Amazing Race.
And like, you just have to have a slight delusion.
So my thing with The Amazing Race is, while I will never go on the show because I will lose and cry, that is how Andrew proposed to me, was to make me an Amazing Race around the city.
Around the city.
Oh my God.
Yes.
It's very
so
cute.
he physically made like the exact cards from The Amazing Race and had them like, it started at our apartment, and then it was like first date, first kiss, first place he said I love you, where we celebrated our anniversary, and then it ended on like a bridge of Christmas lights.
Oh
It was
my
really cute.
God.
So cute,
Wait,
right?
that's so romantic. Also, okay, you weren't kidding. You really love The Amazing Race.
Yeah.
I really do. Yeah. But like back then I was like really into it. And I also was really into the show. I still am, How I Met Your Mother. It's like one of my favorite shows. Another show that could not get made today, by the way.
No.
Too problematic, but still love it. And there's an episode of How I Met Your Mother where Barney and Robin get engaged. And on the front of this card for her, it says the Robin. And so on the front of my first card, it said the Neely. And I didn't get it. Like he then had to explain that to me later that night. He was like, oh, like from How I Met Your Mother. And I was like, that didn't register at the time. Because earlier, the day we got engaged, earlier that day, I had texted him, when the fuck are you proposing to me? Not knowing this was in process.
You're like, my gel nails are starting to grow. When are you proposing?
So this was the thing. I didn't want to move in together before we were engaged. And so when we moved in together, I was like, you have 60 days. Because we'd been together. I was like, I'm giving you 60 days. And it was the 60th day. Not because of that. We were supposed, he had planned to propose 2 weeks before, but we'd had a snowstorm and like the city was shut down. And we were supposed to have a housewarming party for our apartment that night. So his idea was like, I'll propose. And then we're already having this party that night. So we'll get to celebrate with our friends. We had to cancel the party. And I was like, why is he so upset? Like, he loves canceling things. Like, that's like, we just get to like be like home in our pajamas. And like,
normally
I was kind of like, oh, like it kind of sucks. But like, we get to be home in our pajamas and we have like Netflix. Like, why are we upset about this? And I didn't know until later that he was upset because he was like, I hadn't planned on proposing that day. And I'm just over here being a bitch, like, hurry it up, sir.
I asked everybody at dinner, when we went to dinner now we're just telling proposal stories. When we went to dinner before Brian proposed, the wait staff was acting really weird. And I was like, why is everybody acting so weird? And Brian was like, I don't know. And I was like, well, are you going to propose to me? And he goes, which if somebody had asked me that, if I was like planning on doing something big and somebody looked at me and was like, are you going to do this big thing? I would have freaked the fuck out. Yeah. No, he looked at me and he goes, do you want me to propose? And I was like, okay,
improv king.
I know. He was a theater major. I was like, well, yeah. And he was like, okay. And like, then we just went on with our night and like, and he didn't propose until like later. But I was like,
so when I saw the first clue, I called my mom and I was like, I think Andrew's proposing. She's like, dead ass was like, maybe it's just taking you on a really romantic date. And I like really, so he had not told my family that he was doing it because he didn't trust them to not tell me. And I'll tell you why, because 2 months before he'd gone to my dad to ask his permission. And as soon as he left my dad's office, Andrew hadn't even made it to the parking lot. My dad called and was like, Andrew just asked me if he could marry you.
Wait, no, same. A month before, Jeff called my dad, asked his permission, and then my dad calls me and he goes, so, did Jeff ask you? And I was like, ask me what? Like, literally like 5 minutes after. And I was like, what do you... And I was like, I don't think...
The story is, that is why Andrew does not tell my parents stuff now, because they cannot keep... Like, the day that we told my dad that I was pregnant with Liam... Because we had done IVF, and so we told my dad on Father's Day because we'd found out like right before Father's Day, 9 years ago,
long ago,
some years ago. And so I looked at him. He's like, Mimi and Poppy are going to be so excited. It's my grandparents, and I'm like, oh no, we're not telling them yet. And I looked at him and I was like, you cannot. I was like, Dad, I need 1 week. I need to see a heart because we hadn't seen the heart. I was like, let me get through the first appointment and see that there's a heartbeat, and then we will tell them. But like. He is not, much like my 8-year-old son, you can't tell him secrets.
My parents kept it a secret for like 2 months.
No. Nobody in my family can keep a secret.
And after Brian proposed, I called my mom and I was trying to call her. She wasn't answering. And I was so mad. I had tried calling her several times on the way home. Well, they were all like at
This has turned into a proposal podcast.
Yeah. They were like all there to celebrate. And she was like, I didn't want to answer because I didn't want to ruin the surprise. I was like, all right. Okay, anyway. Okay, so you wanted to go to Juilliard. You thought you were going to go to Juilliard.
Yeah. What was the question? Yeah, theater.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay. So I didn't intend to have theater as a big theme in the book.
Yeah.
But as I was writing this, and there was this, oh my God, what's that?
Those are the Amazing Race.
The Amazing Race.
Oh, the Amazing Race.
Those are the cards
So
that he made.
Cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
He was serious. All right, go ahead.
Very serious. But as I was deciding, between the New York and LA of it all, I felt like June's career being in film and in theater was a good mirror to that theme. And then it clicked when I was like, oh, she should be a Broadway actress because I have such a deep love for theater. So it all worked out the way that it was supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Okay. Moving forward, maybe to future projects. What is a trope that you are dying to write? Or even like a subgenre that you're dying to write in?
Okay, so what I'm dying to write is what I'm writing for book 2, which I'm not allowed to say yet. But my book 2 trope is something that I love so much, and I love reading.
You'll have to tell us.
Yeah.
Off air. Okay, so if it's not that, what else? Pick your second favorite.
Okay, my second favorite, I would say. Okay, now everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, then it's not. It's not gonna be that one." But I do love. I don't know if I could do it, but I love like a enemies to lovers, like a true enemies, and I feel like that's hard because it's hard for me to justify, like, why would you fall in love with someone you hate? Yeah. But like when I read them, they're done so well and I eat it up. But I think writing it, it would be hard for me to do that.
I feel like it's hard to do in contemporary to have like true enemies because like what you're not like fighting to the death, exactly. in the contemporary world. And so why does it make sense? But yes, Arrivals to Lovers is good. Yeah. Why would you love somebody you hate?
No, but I think that's like, it's hard to justify that.
Yeah.
Unless, I mean, they're probably going to be misunderstood, which is why they hate each other, but
for sure.
I'm very oddly specific, and I like a childhood friends to enemies to lovers. You know what I mean? Like they had a gorgeous childhood, like they knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
They have a past. I like them to have a past. I don't
like
them to just be like, oh no. That's my favorite is a second. Like all I want is a second chance romance. And so I will literally, all you have to tell me is something is a second chance romance, I will read it. I need to know absolutely nothing else about it.
But specifically if it's a childhood friends to lovers to
guys,
enemies
since it's
to
been
lovers.
a while, we're going to circle it back to You with a View. So in You with a View, which have you read You with a View, Joss?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's my favorite book I've ever read.
It's so good.
When I finished it, I honestly went into such a dark reading slump because I was like, I don't think there's a book I'm ever going to like this much again. Yeah. And it's really good. It was hard for me. I'm obsessed with Jessica Joyce.
It was a really hard time in Neely's life.
It was a really hard it was a dark time.
It was a dark time.
But I like in that story that like they knew each other and were like kind of enemies in high school. And then it was like enemies to acquaintance, like it was like a second chance, but it wasn't just like we were together, this is our second chance. It was like a combo of like an enemy's childhood. Like there was so many layers. Guys, go read You with a View. Oh my God.
So good.
So many layers. It was an onion.
So many layers.
For sure.
It was an onion. The book was an onion. Talk about a proposal. The proposal at the end of You with a View. The pictures from their traveling,
I thought
and he's
you were
holding
going
up
Shrek for that, and so I was like, what?
That proposal in Shrek. Oh man,
I was like, what did I miss?
Rachel's face when she was trying to process what I was about to say.
I saw it in real time. She was like, wait.
Rachel's
what?
like,
oh man, somebody sent me something the other day that was like, send this to your friend that you always know what they're thinking. Because of the look on their face. I was like,
oh yeah, like me. I'm not somebody like
my face says the quiet part out loud. Yeah.
My face always says the quiet part out loud. Yeah. Like I'm not somebody you ever look at like during a meeting.
No.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
don't look
Yeah.
at me. Like, PTA board meeting, don't look at me. I'm saying the quiet part all over.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying really hard to be neutral, and
I'm
so
not.
just let me live my life. Okay. Okay. Would you want, any of your books, but let's specifically focus on It's Different this time, turned into a show or a movie? So I want you to pick a show or a movie.
Yes.
And then why?
I would say, I mean, in a perfect world, like a show, right? Because then you want to see your story extended. I feel like
Yeah,
because it's a dual
always a show.
timeline. Yeah.
Mhm.
And because it's a dual timeline, I feel like it lends itself to a longer
For sure.
story. There
Yeah.
are some stories, though, that I think wouldn't make sense as a show. Because then it's like,
Yeah.
what are we watching? Like that, it just could be packaged perfectly in 90 minutes. But I would say a show.
I agree.
Always a
I
show.
think it's interesting with your background. Would you want to, like, if it was ever optioned and turned into a show, would you want, like, to be super hands-on, or do you feel like you know too much, or like how because you have kind of your feet in both worlds? What would that would be interesting.
I would love to be involved, of course, in whatever way I can.
Yeah.
But I also have enough awareness to know that there are much more qualified people than me to actually like spearhead something. I think if I was like in a writer's room, or if I was like a producer, so I could be able to give my expertise where it makes sense, I would love that. But I'm also open to, I'm not like protective over it where I'm like, this is my story. It needs to be told exactly how I wrote it.
Where I feel like, it's like in Bridgerton, I feel like Julia Quinn's like an executive producer or something, which is nice.
We talked about this with Jenny Han too. Like,
yeah, like she's got her hand in, in all.
I feel like you kind of have to, too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think if I was like totally hands off, I'd be like, no, wait, it should be like this.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I need to be a final say on anything.
Yeah. Whereas I feel like if it's a collaborative process, then it's more talking about like, okay, this part maybe would be translated better this way for TV than it is in a book. And so, like, how does that look? And then you're part of the process.
Yeah. And then I feel like with adaptations, it's nice to have the author a part of it, because the author also knows like what the readers like and certain scenes that are important to readers. And, and it's like, you want to make sure that that's conveyed, I know that there are certain scenes and It's Different this time that people love. And it's like, if whoever is writing the script or producing it doesn't know that, then like it might just get overlooked. And then that would be sad to readers,
Yeah. Yeah. And readers are loud people.
Yeah,
they would not be happy about that. Okay. So you said you're writing right now something that you love. You don't have to talk to us specifically about what it is, but how do you kind of decide what is going to come next? Is it a story that comes into your head? Is it a specific trope or subgenre that you want to write? Like, how does it come to you as what's going to be next?
I think the story always comes first and then trope comes after. With book 2, because it's a trope that I actually really, really like. I think that was also in the back of my mind where I was like, okay, book 1 is done. Now I have the opportunity to write something else. Like, what can I do? And naturally it's like, well, I would love to write something like this. So yeah, but I try to not do trope first, because then I feel like you're sort of like pigeonholing yourself, and then you feel like you have to do it. So I don't know about you, but I try to think of the characters and the story first, and then it's like when it comes to marketing, then I'm like, okay, then I pick the tropes.
Yeah. Well, I think there's like certain characters and certain like storylines that you're like, oh, this would make sense. This is the kind of the story that I want to tell, and it would actually elevate it to make it also be this trope or whatever it is, and kind of build it that way. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. What is like story inspiration when you're thinking about you write it, whatever your next story is going to be. Like when these stories come to you, how do they come? So does it come in like I know some people might see like a TV show and they're like, oh my gosh, I love this TV, like fan fiction light, but not, like, what would it be like if it was this, or, so what are kind of the things, and I know obviously you can find inspiration anywhere, but what are kind of the things that tend to stick out to you?
I think existing couples that I love, from whether it be TV show or movies, not from other books. I haven't come across that, but because of like my fan fiction tendencies, I'll try to think of dynamics. So for instance, like in Three's Company, I love the dynamic of Jack and Janet, who are roommates. Yeah. Hence, that's where like It's Different This Time came from. Yeah. And then I'll think of like, okay, like I loved the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. That's my favorite rom-com. So it's like, how can I sort of not replicate, but how can I be inspired by, like, what do I like about that movie, and what do I like about that dynamic, and how can I bring that into something else? So I think that's exactly where it comes from things that I already love. And it's like, why do I love it? Why do I love watching this movie? Yeah. And how can I sort of put that into my own words?
Yeah, I love that. Okay, how has the world of like, because you were not necessarily on like Bookstagram book talk side of things before, right? You didn't have,
no. I was aware. There
like,
was
you looked like you had more to say about that.
No. Romance, no. So I used to work for a well-known book club.
Yes.
The majority of the books are women's fiction. Yes. So I was aware.
Are we not allowed to say? I said that you worked for. It's a well-known. She worked for Reese's book club.
Okay.
So
my initial thought, though,
Oprah
was Oprah, because of our conversation
because we talked about it earlier.
Remember the intro, and I was like, "Oh, it wasn't Oprah." But for my whole fight, I was like,
"Wait,
So the original book club.
Yes. It wasn't like a romance book club. So
right.
And I think that this is where the difference is, because I was aware how loud and supportive readers are and how there is this community. But romance, I think, is on a completely different level. Like, that's where you get like the edits and like character art. Like, I didn't know anything about that. I remember when I sold It's Different This Time, I was talking to another author, and she was like, character art, you should like commission some character art. And I was like, why?
What?
Like, I didn't know.
Like, what?
I didn't know why, because it's not something that like women's fiction writers don't do that, or like thriller, or so I didn't know how there is like such a fan base for romance readers, and that was something that was like really surprising to me, and in the best way possible.
Yes, yeah. How do you feel like it's been since the release? Like, just being like getting into the Bookstagram book talk world.
Oh my god, it's been amazing. Like, it's like they're so loud, and it's like I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it's like sort of the same energy that I wouldn't call myself a Swiftie. I do like Taylor Swift, and I like
Joss,
her
there are so many things about you that we are very similar people, because I think that I have used that exact same phrase before.
Call myself a Swiftie.
Okay.
But I'll be like, I wouldn't call myself a Swiftie, but like, I enjoy
like her. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I know all of her albums, I know her songs, but I wouldn't. I feel like a Swiftie would be offended if I said I was a Swiftie. Yeah, so that's why I don't say it.
Yeah. I don't claim it, because I'm not going to be able to tell you every like Easter egg thing that ever existed. So
totally. Yeah. And I think that being in the romance community is similar to like how it feels like to be a Swiftie.
Yeah.
Because they're just so like, they will show up no matter what you write, no matter what album comes out of the song. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It's like they're still there, and they'll still want, like, if you have someone that reads your book, I feel like if they liked it, they will read your next one. And I remember I was telling my husband the other day, I was sort of nervous for book 2 because it's different. And then I stopped and I was like, wait, what a privilege to be worried about this, because at least I know people will read it. And I think that more than anything is something to be grateful for, as opposed to like how they feel about it. But it's a little overwhelming because I'm not used to this type of, I don't know. Like it's so wonderful, but they're so loud in the best way possible. But I'm just like, oh my God, like there's like, and they're all like friends, they all know each other. And then you're like, wait, like, should I be friends with them? And then you sort of like realize you're like, wait, or should we like keep this separate? So that's things I'm navigating, but I love it. I love it. Yeah.
I love that. Okay. Any advice you have for aspiring authors?
I would say, for me, just like write the messy first draft. I feel like a lot of not finishing a book comes from either writer's block or feeling like whatever you're writing isn't good enough. And I think as soon as you eliminate like whatever you write is not going to be published, as soon as like, you know that, then I think it makes it a lot easier and it takes the pressure off. I think you just need to finish the first draft because if otherwise you have nothing. I think it's easier to edit as opposed to looking at a blank page. So just write the wrong thing. You know it's not good, and then just fix it later.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know what camp you fall in, but I hate drafting. I hate writing the first draft.
Worst.
I hate it. It's so awful.
I hate a blank page.
I'm like, I don't want to do it. But then if you're like, here's this page that you wrote or this chapter you wrote, go edit it. I'm like, oh, great. I can make this better.
Absolutely.
That seems attainable.
No,
I can do that.
I hate the minute you're done a chapter and then you're like, okay, great. Next chapter? What?
I know. And I'm trying really hard for this book that I'm currently working on to not go back and read. And I know people have different feelings. And I truly do feel like there's so much of writing that's just like personal to you and like whatever works best for you is the best way to do it. But I have historically been I write something and then I come back to the next day and then I go reread it and edit whatever I wrote like a day ago. And I'm trying really hard to like not look back up, like literally just keep going. But that sucks because it's just constant blank page.
Yeah. Oh constant. Yeah. No, that's tough. And I'm the same way. I mean, you can give me a sentence and I can keep editing it until eternity.
Yeah.
So
like, what about if I put a comma here? But then my editor will come and be like, no, actually a comma doesn't go there. And I'm like, all right, well, I spent a long time thinking about that comma. So, okay, Joss, we always finish our interview off on this question. And it is, what is a have to read book that you are always recommending to people? And yes, it can be, if you have multiple books, you can do that. No, it does not have to be a romance. Anything you want.
My favorite book is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. It's not a romance. There are definitely romantic elements.
It's very
in the book.
good. I read it. Yeah. It's very good.
Yeah. I thought it was great. And it was there's a specific chapter in that book. I couldn't tell you what chapter, but the POV changes and I feel like it's a chapter that is like, before when shows used to submit episodes for Emmys and they would like pick an episode. I don't know if they do that anymore, but they used to do that. And I feel like this chapter from that book would be like what they would submit for an Emmy for this book. I thought it was great. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Tomorrow, and tomorrow. I always want to add an extra tomorrow on there.
Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow.
And tomorrow. All right. Next, we do a rapid fire this or that. So just the first thing that comes to your head.
Okay. I love a rapid fire.
Okay.
I'll start.
Okay, great.
New York or LA?
New York.
Yeah.
Live do I have theater. To explain why? Or am I just...
No, you don't. No, okay. that was just so rapid. You knew.
No, I'm like, let's go. I feel like I'm on Family Feud. And you have to answer the last round and you have to answer.
Family Feud so much. Okay.
We
watch a lot of Family Feud. Yeah. Discovered that Family Feud, this is becoming not rapid fire, discovered that Family Feud is very inappropriate for children, but
super inappropriate.
We still watch it at my house.
By the way, my biggest illusion is thinking that I would do so much better under that high pressure situation on Family Feud.
We say that all the time. We're like, we need to apply to Family Feud because we would be so good. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, back to rapid fire this or that. Live theater or a trip to the movie theater?
Live theater.
Live theater.
All right. Three's Company or Sound of Music?
Oh, sorry. Oh my God. Oh wait, these are like specific to me. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Wait. Oh my God.
Just rapid fire, Joss.
I know. I'm sorry. Sound
You're
of music.
running out of time.
Sound of music.
Oh my God. Wow.
I have multiple Sound of Music tattoos, so I have to like. But I have a podcast with you. Yeah, Sound of Music.
Okay. All right. The last one we do is a pick your praise. Ready? Good girl or look at me.
Good girl.
Yay.
Okay. That's Neely.
That was so fun.
She was so stressed.
Yeah, you were so stressed.
Oh, I was so stressed.
I love how after the first two, you're like, oh, wait, no, this is specific to me.
Yes. No, we ask everybody on the podcast, Three's Company or Sound of Music.
Yeah. No, I mean, you should.
Wait, no. Maybe we should.
People
you'll
will
get
confused.
What's Three's Company?
You'll be like,
take it any way you want.
Oh man. Okay, Joss, whore yourself out. Where can people find you?
Ooh, they can find me on, I think Instagram is my most used social media platform, joss.richard. And I also have a website, jossrichard.com. And then you can just find my TikTok and then my Substack and everything there. But I think Instagram I'm the most.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting one day for us to ask that and somebody to just full out give their address. Like,
I know.
You can find.
They're like, what do you mean? Where can people? Well, sometimes people will look at us and be like, find me how? Like, what do you mean?
Where can people find you?
Wait, okay. This is so niche. I just have to say, do you watch Hot Ones? Like the eating? The interview? The interviews where they eat chicken wings and they're hot. Okay. Anyway, so at the end of every interview, the guy asks, so like tell us what's going on. And that's like what's going on in your life. And that's the opportunity for the celebrity to sort of like plug whatever movie they're in.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. Elizabeth Olsen was on once and he's like, we've reached the end of our interview. Like, tell us like what you're up to. And she's like, well, I'm in New York City.
Yeah, she's like, after this, like, she's going to lunch.
Or
no, literally,
my favorite thing
literal.
Too is how confused people get sometimes when we say, "What's your villain origin story?" and people are like,
"Oh, people get very confused." Yeah,
but
that's funny.
Like my favorite is recently somebody's like PR person was like, "Wait, what does that have to do with their book?" We're like, "Oh, sorry." Yeah. I was like, I
there's
really
not a
need
villain
to
in the book. We're like, all right, yeah.
No, it's fun. Don't change that. I like it.
We're not.
I'm like, at this point, it's too late. Okay, people can find the podcast everywhere at Smut Show Podcast, and you can find me everywhere at Rachel_M Lewis. Neely, where can people find you?
You can find me everywhere at Neelykins, except TikTok, where I'm Neely Moldovan.
Yeah, and Joss, thank you for being on. We appreciate it. Having me. So much fun. If you are a Patreon listener, we are going to record a quick Patreon with Joss. And then everybody else, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.